Hey guys, Rafferty Pendry here. This is the next video in a series on one truth, and this has to do with the subject of looking. You may not think this is actually important, but I would tell you this is one of the most important pieces related to actually building and growing an organization, creating a group, and this can be applied both professionally and personally. Take a look. If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up for me and feel free to subscribe to my channel for future content like this. So what is looking? Looking is just actually observing what is there. It's being aware of what something is. The problem is many times we can actually assume things. We can look at it through a lens. We can look at it with an ego in front of us. We can do many other things and simply observe and see what is there. When you're standing there and you say, is this thing improving? Yes or no? And you actually look at that. If you look at it and you say, yeah, it is, but blah, 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 and you try to explain it away, well, you're not necessarily gonna solve it because you're not actually looking. So looking is just observing and being aware of what something is. The weirdest part, you could think, we all assume, but I've had very capable people where we both look at something and we see it totally differently. It would be like looking at a fire hydrant and somebody else sees a Coke can. How are you supposed to resolve that? The ability to actually look and see what is the situation is a very powerful skill. It's actually something you need to practice. I continuously work on getting better and better and better at this because it's very easy to make assumptions. It's very easy to look at it through a lens. It's very easy for it to bounce against your ego. You need to step back and let it go, look at what it is, because when you do, you can start to do something about it. Here are some of the challenges related to looking. Looking can be deflating. You know, if you spend a whole bunch of time on something, you're very excited about a project and you see that it's not happening, that can be pretty deflating. I was watching this training video from somebody the other day, and they were talking about how one of the hardest things when you're building a business is to get $1, your first dollar. And I understand that. That also comes from a mindset, though, of people who spend tons of time doing theoretical work before they ever collect $1. I have a very different view on that. I believe you should be collecting $1 right away. As early as possible, you need to go out there and make a sale, get some revenue going, make this thing actually happen. But it can be deflating when you spend all this time and then nobody will even give you $1. It can be very deflating. You think, man, I've been working so hard, yet I'm so far away from all of this. The important piece, though, is when you actually look at it for what it is, you can do something about it. You also have to spend that time recognizing the positives, not sit there and get complacent because of all the positives, but actually spend the time looking at what's going on so that you can actually recognize what is there. One of the other things that happens when you're not looking is you make wrong decisions, you make conclusions prior to having the information, which leads you to making decisions that aren't actually beneficial. You can make short-sighted, rush decision. And again, I'm not saying don't operate with speed. When you are looking, you can operate with speed. It's like a person flying a plane blindfolded. This guy shuts his eyes. He's blindfolded. He's blindfolded. He's not going to be able to see. 1 in 2 businesses fail in the first 5 years. That's a scary statistic. And I believe this foundational skill of looking, spend the time, go and look, see how things are, see what they are, will give you a completely different perspective on your game. If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.